Hey everybody, it's Jordan here, welcome to What About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about Gunbird on the Nintendo Switch. Gunbird was a 1995 release from hardcore shooter masters Psycho. Originally released in arcades, it also found a release on the PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Having previously reviewed Zero Div's ports of Psycho Classic Strikers 1945 and Gunbird, it's fair to say I was really excited to sample yet another highly regarded shooter. There are 5 different characters to choose from in Gunbird, each of which handle quite differently and have their own weapon and bomb attack. If you know me, then you'll know that I'm a big fan of varied fighters. It brings joy to my heart and also plenty of chance for replayability. You'll definitely want to try them all at least once, but I'm sure you'll quickly gravitate to one or two that you really like. Personally, I really enjoyed playing with Journey to the West inspired character Yuan Nang as she flies around on her cloud. I enjoyed playing as the witch too, even though, now I could be factually wrong here, she just felt a little slow and sluggish in my opinion. They're all great to use though, and I could happily play through the game with all of them. As you destroy enemies, you can pick up power-ups which increase your attack power. You can do this multiple times, but interestingly, the highest power-up you get isn't kept forever. You only get to keep it for a short time until it downgrades a stage, and you need to get another power-up pellet. Thankfully it doesn't downgrade right back to the base attack, that would have been too much, but it's enough to keep you on your toes. When you do have a fully powered up weapon, it feels glorious. There's no greater feeling in gaming than mowing down hordes of enemies while powered up to the max in a shoot 'em up. The only other things to collect are coins to improve your score, and also extra bombs. If you played any kind of shooter, especially of the bullet hell variety, then you'll know all about the panic bomb. If things get a little too close for comfort, just unleash a bomb and just wait for all of your troubles to go away. In Gunbird, they destroy most enemies in one, as well as annihilating the bullets heading towards you. They also take a huge chunk of health from bosses. They are so useful, hence why they are kind of on the scarce side too. At first you'll probably be spamming them as much as possible, but it's always best to save them for a truly tight spot. Gunbird has a very simple progress to its campaign. You play 7 stages overall, but the first 4 are chosen at random, and the final 3 stages are set in stone. There are actually more than 7 stages overall, so you won't see all of them in one playthrough. In the first 4 stages, you collect pieces of magic mirror that you and Dastardly Trump Pirates, yes, that's their actual name, are after. When the mirror becomes whole, the final 3 stages take place at a temple, where you use the mirror to summon the big bad boss at the end. One of the many things I love about Gunbird is that it does actually have some personality thrown in. You're not just piloting a faceless grey war machine, you have these very distinct characters that actually get a small chance to shine. Especially with the endings, of which you can choose 2 different options. Between stages you get small snippets from the characters you've chosen, which is cool, and I actually really like the Trump trio, who have a lot of humour to them too. It's just a very cute game with lots of whimsicality. If there was anything bad to say about Gunbird, it would be that the end boss is not the most climactic. Indeed, the boss battle before that would have been well worth it to be the final boss, but it isn't. It doesn't matter, to be honest, it's still a great game. What may be a worry to some of you is the length. With only 7 short stages, a quick blast of Gunbird will last you less than 20 minutes. It's an improvement over Strikers 1945 for sure, but it's still really quite short, even by the genre standards. I'll tell you what though, I like the shortness. The fact it's so pick up and play, plus the potential for replaying with different characters, and of course trying to completely master the game, makes this one of the best £6 you can spend on the system. If you're like me, it's the kind of game you're happy to play over and over again. With a nice scale of difficulty to choose from, you can begin at the lowest level and gradually work your way up to become a master of Gunbird. That's what it's all about. It's the kind of game that no matter what your storage issues on the Switch are, you'll always keep this downloaded, just because you know that you're never too far away from your next quick blast. Along with Blazing Star and Strikers 1945, this game will never leave my Switch for sure. There is of course a 2-player mode, which is of course great, but there is no online multiplayer options. This may be a bummer for some, but it's just the way it is. You can change a few different options if you head into the menus. You can adjust how many lives your player has, plus how many continues you're allowed before a game over occurs. You can even adjust what scoring points award you an extra life. There's nothing too great about the options available to customize your experience, but it's nice that the essentials are included. Many of you will love to hear that, as with Zero Div's other ports, Gunbird is able to be played with the Switch screen held vertically. Or if you want to be completely mental and rotate your TV, that's an option too. I know I've already said it, but just being able to do this makes me absolutely adore the Nintendo Switch for its versatility, and it's so cool being able to play like this. Making use of the full screen is magnificent. Gunbird is still a great looking game. The environments are lovely and varied, the sprite work is exceptional, and it's just an all-round, well-presented game, even if the translation is a little wonky, but that's half of the charm. The music is pretty sweet too. It's just a great little package. Overall, what else can I say about Gunbird? Maybe you guys already know that I really enjoyed Strikers 1945. Well, Gunbird aces that a lot. It's more fantastical, varied, has a lot more personality, and is all around an essential eShop shmup that any fans of the genre worth their salt should have on their Nintendo Switch. What a magnificent little game this is. Thanks to the difficulty settings, you can either pick this up for a casual blast or crank that gauge up to try and truly master this wonderful varied shooter. While Blazing Star ranks as the best horizontal shooter I've played, Gunbird takes the crown for the best vertical shooter. Yes, there are so many that I haven't played, but for now, Gunbird is the king. Okay guys, if you've enjoyed this review, then be sure to like and subscribe, that will help me out so much. You can read the full review of Gunbird at whataboutthegame.com, and you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to. All the links are below. Thanks guys, bye bye.